Hello, Maria. This is your Professor Ian. I'm leaving video feedback for your essays, your second essay. So it's a short video. We'll talk about your paper, what's working, what we're going to improve, writing issues. So I just read your second paper, Aliens Among Us, and it's a fun title. I think it could be, you could make it more specific to your paper, and I always encourage people to think about their titles, especially after they write their paper. Take a look at their title and think about whether that fits your thesis and your theme. And I think that would help. Think about, like, what is your thesis in this paper? What are you looking at? Like, what group are you looking at that believes in the alien conspiracy or something to do with aliens, and what we should do about that, right? And then think about that in terms of your title, because Aliens Among Us, it's okay, but it's a little broad, a little generic, right? But I think part of the problem is that your paper doesn't really have a specific thesis statement. You don't really identify a specific group that believes in this conspiracy, and you don't offer really anything substantial about what we should do about it. And it's possible you could say we don't have to do anything about it. This is a good thing that people should be questioning this, but that should be in your thesis, right? You need to develop that thought right away and make that central to your paper. And if that's central, if you have that central thesis statement right away, that's going to help you develop more ideas along the way, because there's a lack of specific ideas throughout the paper. And that's largely due to the fact that you're not really using sources in a lot of your paragraphs. When you get to page 2, you write this conspiracy theory is good. Survey or study about the psychology of conspiracy theories. Is it good to have like some kind of, I'll say, harmless conspiracy theories like this, in order for people to be more cognizant of the fact that they need to be watchful and thoughtful about this stuff? Can you find experts that support that? That would be what you need to do in that section, because your paper is too short. You're not really, you're just on to 3 pages. You're like 2.5 pages, and you're not really using a lot of sources. Remember, the instructions ask a source every section. Pretty much every body paragraph should have at least one source, and you should get into some of the stuff that we've been reading or similar stuff about why people believe in conspiracy theories, what this does for them to form like communities, or how people use these theories rhetorically to motivate and persuade people, right? I mean, there are people who profit off of this alien conspiracy stuff. They sell books, they make documentaries, they make movies, right? The person who had that storm Area 51 or whatever it was, they probably sold merchandise, right? So there's tons of different ways you could look at this, but in order to do so, you need to be much more specific. Use sources in every paragraph, and at the beginning, you need to identify like a specific group, right? Like the Area 51 Facebook group would be a good place to go, and look at why people are into this. Is it just like fun for people? Are there people who connect this with other kind of more politically motivated conspiracy theories? What could you say about that, right? Anyways, sorry, just something popped up. So that's what happens needs to happen in the beginning, is like identifying a specific group. This is going to help you ground your solutions later, because your solutions are kind of just big and broad, right? The government needs to be more transparent. Okay, how do we do that? What specifically should they be transparent about? Because they're going to say that they are being transparent, and then what, right? Is there a way we could force them? Is there something more like small scale you could work on as a solution? I'm not expecting people to solve the world's conspiracy theory problems with these papers, because you only have like, it's supposed to be more like 5-6 pages instead of 2.5. But you don't have a long paper to work on this, so you need to be much more small scale. Here's this group. Here's what we need to do about this specific group, and then and keep your focus on that kind of scale. In terms of formatting, your first page is formatted perfectly. Your works cited needs a bit of work, and you need to cite things in your paper, because you have some sources, but I don't see any in-text citations. So remember, anytime you take information, even if you're putting it in your own words, if it's special information you take from a source, you need to cite that source. So anyways, that's about it for now. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email me. There's feedback on the paper. And otherwise, have a great day. Thank you very much.